morning. Today is Sunday. It's race day. Today I'm going to run a half marathon at Tatton Park and I'm going to do my best to battle the wind. That's the plan. As you saw, I had my coffee, I had my 2 pieces of toast. Now it's about 7 a.m. We're aiming to leave for 7:30, so I'm going to start getting dressed. So the race outfit today, I think I've made the final decision. I'm going to wear my pink Adidas sports bra because it's actually the most comfortable I own. And then I was undecided about the top, but I think I'm gonna go with my black Nike t-shirt. It's quite breathable, it's really comfy. I've worn it a lot, so I know how it feels. I'm gonna wear my New Balance shorts, the one that I've worn for my past 2 races. And of course, for the shoes, we're gonna go with the race shoes, the Air Zoom Tempo Next Percent, which I wore on my last 10k race. And yeah, they're just great. Hopefully they will make me a bit faster today. Right now, I have to say I feel nervous. Obviously, 21.1k is a long way to go. In the grand scheme of things, I haven't done like many long runs that were, I would say, over 18k, so I still feel like it could go either way. It could go really well or I could have a really bad time, and obviously it's gonna be windy. At least I'm just happy that it's not raining and it's not too cold, but the wind is really not something I deal with really well, both mentally and physically. So yeah, I mean, we'll just have to see how today goes, really. Because apparently your brain doesn't know the difference between being nervous and being excited. So if you tell yourself that you're excited, then you kind of like channel that energy in a more positive way than if you're stressed. So I'm excited and I trust that today is gonna go well. So I haven't trained with gels or anything like that in training, so I'm not going to start today. I'll be drinking water at the water stations. I'm not carrying anything with me. The only thing I'm hoping to catch at the halfway mark is this, if Ben manages to like see me and just pass it to me. Basically, this is what I've been using in training. It's just water with a mix of electrolytes and carbs from Science in Sports. I love the lemon and lime flavor and it was really nice in training. So yeah, if I can catch this at the halfway mark, that would be really good.
What are you thinking?
Pre-race thoughts. It's a bit windy, but not as bad as I thought. I'm still hoping to do under 1:45 if possible. Just gonna do my best. Hope I don't crash halfway. That's all.
Get through the line. It is chip time, so your time will start when you cross this line. We've got a bit of a kick here at the front. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go! Good luck out there today, everybody. So this is our half marathon start, heading out of the line now, 1:20 paces is going. Northwest, we have some weather going to amazing work.
I did it! Okay, this is a bit of a weird angle, but we are gonna roll with it. Hi everyone, it is now Monday, the day after the race, and I'm actually in France at my parents' house in my old bedroom. We flew yesterday. We had to head to the airport a few hours after I finished the race, so I didn't have time to record my recap yesterday, but here I am doing it today. So my first half marathon race, which I completed in exactly 1 hour, 41 minutes and 46 seconds. That's the official chip time. So let's talk about my race. I'm going to pull up Strava. We're going to look at the splits and all of that. So how the race went overall? Well, surprisingly, really well. From start to finish, I felt extremely good. Feels like everything clicked yesterday. Usually in my long runs in training, I would always hit a bit of a rough patch where it was a bit mentally tough and my legs would be tired and I would just be a bit demotivated. Usually like after the 10k mark, between 10 and 15k, this is where it hits. And I was fully prepared yesterday to feel that rough patch. But no, didn't happen. I think it's probably the race environment, having spectators cheering, people running around you. I was absolutely fine. Another thing I thought I would feel is that because it's a 2-lap course and I knew basically I would see the finish line where I would hit like the 12 to 13k mark, and then I thought things might get tough because if I was struggling, seeing the finish line knowing you still have a good like 9k to go, it's a bit tough from a mindset perspective. But because I was absolutely fine, it actually didn't affect me at all. In terms of like hydration and stuff, I picked up water at every water station. So there was one, I think, at like 8k and then nearly 13k and then closer to the finish. So I picked up a bottle, had a few sips, and then at the end of the first lap, which was longer than the second lap, so it was between 12 and 13k, I saw Ben and then I managed to grab my flask. I had a few sips of electrolyte. I kind of like threw it away, hoping Ben would be able to catch it, which he did. So yeah, I almost regret not pushing a little bit too hard to see if I could have done 140 something, which would have been really, really good. But hey, there's always next time. There will be another half marathon race. But now I've blabbed enough. Let's get into the split. Let me pull up Strava and let's see basically what happened. Okay, so according to Strava, my average pace was 4:47 minutes per K, which pretty good. I'm really happy with that. Two things that I was a little bit worried about going into the race and that I knew might play against me was the wind. Like the wind at some point was really, really challenging. Thankfully, because it was a lap, you didn't have the headwind like all the way. The second thing is the elevation, because I mean the elevation gain according to Strava is 117 meter, which obviously is not crazy, but I mainly run on like a pan flat path. So any little elevation, basically, I'm not used to it. And I thought maybe I would struggle a bit more yesterday, but to be honest, it wasn't that bad. I actually didn't have a pacing strategy. I just knew that if I wanted to do a sub 145, I would need my pace to be under 5 minutes per K. So I was looking at my watch, checking that I was basically in the 450s. So I was pretty consistent for the first 12Ks. And then between the 12th and the 13th K is where you finish the first lap. So at that point, basically, the second lap is almost the same as the first one, just like slightly shorter. There's one bit that you don't do, basically. So at that point, I knew exactly where the elevation was, where the easy bits were, where I could go hard because it was downhill. So I went into that second lap much more prepared, which is why the 13th and 14th K, I knew it was downhill, and I knew that if I wanted to gain a little bit of time on my target, it was literally now or never. So I did a 4:31 and then a 4:29, and then I felt good, but I didn't want to take the risk and hit the wall if I was carrying on too quick. So I decided to calm down and I basically slowed down and went back to my 450s. I did a few like 449, 440 something. And then when I hit 18K, I was like, okay, 3Ks to go. I feel really good. I can pick up the pace now. So yeah, that's where I went 442, 442, 430. And then for the last bit, I did a 3:53. So yeah, overall, I'm really pleased with how it went. I can't believe how good I felt. It was amazing. If every long run could feel like this, that would be perfect. But yeah, so I guess it was a combination of good training, good taper, good luck on the day, weather that was not too terrible, and also a great course. Running in Tatton Park is pretty awesome, honestly. I don't want this video to be too long, so I'm gonna wrap it up here. Just lastly, thank you to Ben for supporting me always, for like literally spending his whole Sunday morning at a race with me, just waiting around. And of course, thank you to everyone here on YouTube, on Strava, on Instagram for following my journey, following this half marathon training, giving me a kudo on Strava. I think my race yesterday was my most liked activity. Thank you for the kind messages on Instagram. Thank you for the comments on YouTube. Honestly, thank you so much. And there will be another race really soon, maybe before the end of this year. But now I'm in France, I'm gonna enjoy a bit of a chill week, not that much training, recovering, and then we're back into training. So thank you so much for watching, and I will hopefully see you in the next video. Bye!